Howdy, this is Robert, owner of Dailey Woodworks and the Recreational Woodworker.com. This dog kennel video is several years old and was actually on our Texas Custom Kennels page, but I believe it still shows a good representation of what it takes to build our large double dog kennel from our set of plans. So take this video, watch it, get some ideas, get some flow, and we plan on posting more up-to-date build videos as our channel grows and as I have the time. So this video being a few years old, a lot different processes than we use now, a lot different techniques. We've definitely refined and improved a lot since then, but this shows you don't need all the tools in the world to build awesome furniture. Enjoy. While this video is a couple of years old, day still starts with coffee. A lot of the things in my videos that you're going to see me use, I have videos on. This is my joiner sled. I don't own a mechanical joiner, so I use that jig on my table saw to get a nice straight edge to rip all of my boards to size. You can see my old apprentice Jake, he's since moved on to bigger and better things, and he's working there ripping it down. Now, you don't have to use a planer if you're buying S4S dimensional lumber. That's a step we take in the shop because I just believe it gives you just a little bit better, higher quality finish. And I do so glad I have AC in the shop now. Man, it's hot. Our cut list is in the plans. Everything's cut to size. If you have a good stop block and a miter saw, you can batch this stuff out super quick. Yeah, just the old miter saw station. Now, anytime you do a tabletop, while biscuits or dominoes are not required, it certainly helps get a better glue up. This is a clamping jig I made, just really trying out, experimenting with lots of different ways to glue up tops. I now have a wall-mounted panel clamp, but if you don't have a lot of clamps, using wedges is a good way to go about it, and I do have a video over this particular jig that you can look up. See, I just hammer wedges in there, that holds it tight, and then we hold it flat. The dominoes or biscuits just help keep those boards aligned so you don't have a ton of sanding later. Again, I'm so glad I have a drill press now. Drilling out these holes with a handheld drill isn't the funnest thing in the world, but you can see that little flag is basically my stop, so I know where to stop on all of that. And then pocket hole joinery is how we do tons of stuff. Once we get the face frames made, it's time for assembly. We nail it on with 16 gauge 1.5" nails. You could pocket hole this as well, or just screw it from underneath. There's no like set in stone way of doing this. Like for every piece of furniture, there's 50 different ways of doing it. This is just kind of how we did it at the time. We've actually refined it a lot since then, and we now use a lot more dominoes, loose tenon joinery, and a little bit more advanced methods that I believe give us a better product. The back boards here are just those tongue and groove boards that you can get from Lowe's or Home Depot. I think they're like $5 or $6 a piece, and they notch together. Cutting everything to size with my homemade track saw. Again, I have a real track saw now. Super glad to have that. If you don't have a track saw, that homemade jig is super helpful, and I would definitely make it. One thing I miss about having an apprentice is someone to sand for me. Sanding takes a lot of time, but doing it right gives you a lot better result. And then after that, it's finishing it however you want. If you want to stain, you just stain it. You'll notice the rebar is out right now. The reason it's out is because I actually drilled those top holes deeper and the bottom holes shallower so I can insert the bars after I finish it. That saves so much time in production, it's not even funny, and it's so much easier than trying to get everything aligned at once. And we're just staining the top. I apply stain with a brush, with a rag. They make little sponges to apply stain. I mean, really just get it on there, then wipe off the excess, and you're done with the stain. And while yes, this kennel is gorgeous, and I think it's really pretty, we have really just stepped up our game in the last few years and really make a lot better product than we did back in, I think, 2018. was when this was built, so over 2 years ago. And if you want us to build one for you, go to TexasCustomKennels.com. If you want to build it yourself, go to the RecreationalWoodworker.com. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time on the Recreational Woodworker on YouTube.